One of the great skills in any business is effortless glide. And it's that ability just to transition from one state through to the next and back again whenever you need to do it. And it's like on your phone, you've got like airplane mode where you can like literally turn it on and off and quickly it just happens. And it's exactly what you need to be able to do as we go both in and out of lockdown markets. Now, the great conversation is that lots of us have got lots of different restrictions that are imposed upon us, and lockdowns are very different in every state and every territory that we work. But if you're in a position that you're going into a lockdown or coming out of one, what you want to think about is all the things that you actually can do. So the simple activity here is to simply just get a T-chart. On one side, write down can't do, and on the other side, write down can do. And then when you're actually really clear about the things that you can do, you go to work that way. And this is such an interesting conversation, is that in our business, we know that there are two business models. There is one where Josh is out in the real world, having great conversations, working with people in a face-to-face capacity, traveling and doing all of that cool stuff. But then there's also another business model, which is all about us getting on the phone, having great conversations, doing great Zoom training, and being in a position that we work on a more one-to-one basis and 1-to-100 basis in the way that we got to do that individual operation. And why this is so important is that literally you can't be unhappy that you're in one of those zones. You've just got two different types of businesses. This is your business model number one, where you're on the phones and you're having conversations and you're getting face-to-face and you're doing opens and auctions in a live environment. And this is business model number two, where you're doing very specific things about creating opportunities, speaking to all of your market appraisals, calling your past clients, being in a conversation that you have the fittest buyer database, getting really clear about the functional roles that actually exist inside of your team, and then even starting to have some conversations about how you break new markets, how you build better quality relationships with builders and property service providers. Whatever it is that you do, you can't just be in a position that you just waste away your life thinking that it's another week or in 2 weeks or in 5 weeks or in 10 weeks time, all of a sudden I'm going to change the way that I'm operating. Life is short, and so too is the opportunities that we can create. And so this is about making sure that we use our time and our life really well so we can really get that new sense of achievement. And what we know is that post every lockdown market that we've seen right the way across the world, we ultimately see real estate markets massively take off. And it's everything that you do when things are quiet that makes all the difference when things get busy. And this is why diet, exercise, and sleep play a really pivotal role in making sure that you can overcome any energy crisis. What you're eating, you're in a position to make sure that you're exercising so you've got that stress relief valve, and making sure that you go to sleep so that you can really allow your body to absolutely perform at its best. The skill here, without a doubt, is to make sure that you don't put on COVID kilos and be in a position that you actually come out of this fitter and better than you've ever been before. You can exercise, you can get into a position that you can go and do great work. But then even when you get out of lockdown, you can then start to maintain and build on those new routines that you've been able to concentrate during your lockdown periods. Whatever position you're in, whether or not you're in or out of lockdown, you need a plan for both, so that when conditions change and you get out of lockdown, you can absolutely perform at your best when you're face-to-face doing the normal things that great real estate agents do. This is a brand new era. It's going to be around for quite some time, and it's time for us to be able to perfect our skills so we can fundamentally play at our absolute best.